I'm Bill Henry, and welcome to Open Heaven Ministries. This video visualizes the movement of Christ in his fourth major event from heaven as the enthroned Son to resuscitation or resurrection of his flesh 3 days later. There is a tension between the claims that God desires to bring all people by repentance and faith to himself in transformed, heavenly spiritual bodies and the resuscitation of Jesus' flesh. In the substance of hope, is it either flesh or spirit? Why does God in his plan demonstrate his ability to bring believers to himself in heaven by raising Jesus' flesh from the tomb on earth on the third day? An answer to this tension begins with reflection on the Old Testament law concerning the atonement of the tabernacle or temple in the ministry of the high priest. If a priest or his offering were not holy before the Lord, as God required, neither the offering nor the priest were accepted as pleasing before the presence of God in the Holy of Holies. Leviticus 10 documents God's response to errant holiness of both priest and offering as instant death. In the typological teaching about the heavenly matters on the annual Day of Atonement experience, for about 1,500 years, a high priest appointed by God would disappear into the tabernacle tents or temple areas of the holy place and Holy of Holies. During this unseen ministry, the people waited outside in anticipation for the verdict of God's approval concerning both the priest and the offering and atonement for the sins of the people. If accepted as pleasing before the holiness of God, the priest lived and returned outside to be seen by the people as a sign. In John chapter 2, verses 18 through 22, Jesus told the Jews asking for a sign of his ministerial authority to clean up the earthly temple typology that God provided to reflect his heavenly ministry, "Destroy this temple, and in 3 days I will raise it up." John clarifies the temple here as the temple of his body. Since people could not see Jesus' invisible heavenly ministry as a holy place spirit in the role of the offering priest, only Jesus' fleshly return could provide proof. After his death on the cross, his fleshly bodily resurrection served as a sign both he and his offering were approved for purification of the sins of the people. He lives, an event that could only logically happen if his ministry in heaven for atonement for the sins of the people was successful.